pro gamers in the past having like 100 APM and they've done really well, such as the shows and the Elfitires of the world, you know. So 180, Kev, absolutely not bad. Not bad.
Whatever. In the top left side of a romanticide, we're looking at the main base of our Brazilian Protoss player. He used to be known as Shakti, now known as Nano.
And spawning over in the southeast side of Romanticide, it is Kelazhur playing for Team Liquid. That's a super fast probe that Nano sent over. So ever since SOS did this, where he just sends over a real damn fast probe, I've been having a slightly worse time on the ladder, it's got to be said.
I mean, Kelazhur obviously is somewhat well known for building his first barracks on the other side of the map, and I think especially if you build your gateway on the low ground, I think it's nice to get the confirmation whether or not that barracks is at home. If you get real lucky, you might even get an SCV kill. Kelazhur is going to have a hard time keeping this alive. He's going to have to maybe repair it for a split second. But that probe is actually already getting a little bit of a delay on this barracks.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. And I mean, does it really cost you anything? But you're totally right. I mean, it costs you minerals, obviously.
Yeah, it definitely does cost you something. You send one of your first 11 probes to the other side of the map. It's like, yeah, that's like almost 8% of your economy, 12 probes, whatever.
You know, now, ever since the Blanca thing, you are quick to jump on my mistakes, all right, Kevin? You're quick, and I've got to be serious now. Oh, wow. Okay, I think this is actually one of the best responses you can do when you get eBay blocked. Is go for the third as your Nexus, but I haven't seen it done in a while.
I meant he has 11 probes at home and he sends one to the other side of the map. Jeez, give me a break, Benjamin.
Mate, I did nothing.
Yes, you did. I can already hear you give away. Like, oh my god, he thinks we saw 11 probes. No. All right.
Oh, no, I wasn't there at all. Oh, wow, he just let this go. Does he have a shield battery? Oh,
yeah, it's close to finishing up. Good micro there on the first probe. Can he save the other one? Yes, he can. So now these probes are going to be safe for a while. This Adept is going to have a very hard time getting into the main base, though. That should technically never happen.
No, I mean, this kind of like, I don't want to call it a one-base setup. I do like the fact that he put the CC on the high ground, just because now we can scout, it can be totally crazy with that Reaper. I mean, it can't get much done, but denying vision. In fact, did Kelazhur get to see the Stargate? He still didn't see the Stargate in the back of the base, actually.
Nope. He built that when the Reaper was pretty far towards the right, so that Reaper had absolutely no way of spotting it. You think this is going to be a Phoenix opening? I almost feel when your first Nexus is where it is, it's better to open Phoenix here than it is to open Oracle.
I think Phoenix is like the safest thing you can do. Like it's almost never bad when the Terran opens up like Kelazhur's done, I feel. Like I remember speaking with Max Pax a little bit about how to open up against this. Oh, he's actually going for the Oracle. I think that's also a decent choice. But yeah, the Phoenix usually, because you know that something's going to come, because the Terran wants to keep on slowing you down. And the Phoenix is just a good option against the Hellion possibilities or the Widow Mines.
Yep, of course the Oracle can be very useful too against the Reaper and the Hellion, because Oracles do deal double damage against these Terran units early on, so that can be quite nice. Do we have a shield bearer? No, we don't even have a pylon at this Nexus on the low ground. I gotta say, I'd like to see a pylon there by now, so we can start working our way towards one battery there too. Because economically, Nano should know that he's in a pretty alright spot, because he obviously had the quicker expand and he built his expand on location. This is beautiful movement by Kelazhur. He has completely avoided these adepts, and this is gonna hurt already, Ben.
It certainly is.
No! He clumps everything up.
Clumps everything up, and these probes, they're running away, but they're in a line here, Kevin. This could be absolutely brutal. I was surprised they didn't shoot with the Hellion a bit sooner, but oh my goodness, the damage.
Well, it is already absolutely brutal. The Hellion is getting 9 kills. Let's see what the adepts can do on the other side of the map. Okay. The Marine gun is too damn high. Where's that Oracle then? What has it done? No, it flew into the Widow Mine? No. Ben, no.
Well, you know, a lot of things went pretty bad. We don't know what the Oracle died to. We just know it died. 12 probes going down. Equal worker count between the two. We always know that's pretty damn good for a Terran. And Kelazhur's getting a good scout off with this medevac as well, which so far, oh my goodness.
Can't watch. Tonight again, Nano. GG. Kelazhur wins game 1 in just 5 minutes. I'm gonna rewind for a split second to see if the Oracle flew into maybe all those Marines, because the Marine count was obviously quite high in the main. Oh no. My goodness, it didn't even activate Pulsar Beam. The Oracle just flew into, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8 or 9 Marines, and it didn't get a shot off. It stopped right above the 8 Marines, turned around, and it died. So, and that's game.
That's brutal. I mean, honestly, like Nano probably looked at this as like, oh, I'm against Kelazhur first. Oh, it's rough, right? Like it's really rough. But yeah, that game did not go his way at all. I am liking how these veterans in Latin America, such as Kelazhur, Special, they're really pulling out these builds that are a bit of, okay, now you have to get used to what I'm doing. Like they are really dictating the pace of the games a little bit here, which is, it's always nice when you are the more experienced player.
Just a really slick move with the Reaper and the Hellion, right? Like showing them in the front, going to the center, going up the ramp, and then actually just swinging around and coming back into what is now supposed to be the natural of Nano. And the Adept shading through the middle, looking for some damage on the other side of the map. Man, that's why I wish he would have had that pylon on the low ground. Because if you want to be aggressive and you want to shade out your 3 Adepts, that's fine. And you want to send out the Oracle, that's fine. But then you need to make sure that you can keep your probe safe. Because even if it's not for that Widowmine drop, that's still an absolutely disastrous opening. Protoss cannot afford to lose 12 probes. You can lose a couple and then you kill a couple SCVs, that's okay. But 12 probes against a Reaper and a Hellion at this level, that's almost unacceptable.
Yeah, can't get away with it, especially against somebody as good as Kelazhur. And yeah, we kind of talked about it, right? Like we do know that aggression is going to come your way. Oracle can deal with stuff, but it's actually much harder to deal with stuff with an Oracle than it is with Phoenix. Purely because you have to be in the super right place at time, and you almost have to be accompanied by things as well with the Oracle, or have multiple of them.
For potentially the last time today. Sorry, man. Go ahead. Anyhow.
Mate, you were nailing it. I was like, we're getting into what could be... Go.
Don't even know what you're on about now. But
I was like, I was going to say exactly what you were saying. I was like, we're potentially getting into the last game of the night, you know?
Right. Well, we are potentially in our last game of the night here on Oxide. Unless this man can tie things up in the top right side. We're looking at the main base of our Brazilian Protoss player. It is Nano.
And spawning over in the bottom left-hand side, as the Red Terran, it is Kelazhur.
Sure that Diego is really fired up to do a lot better than he did last season. I think that was the first time he didn't make it to the grand finals, and I'm sure that's got to sting a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Because, yeah, there's no shadow, or there's no doubt in my mind that Kelazhur does think he's deserving of that second place, right? Or at least like the top 2. I know beating Special is a tall order, but yeah, everybody else, if Cham's not in tip-top shape, well, it's really hard to pressure him, but holy crap, was that the result of Eric's lifetime, I'd imagine.
Yep, on a very big moment too. I'm giggling because he started off so convincingly with, there's no shadow. And I'm like, where's the shadow, man? I'm like, the probe has a shadow, the SCV has a shadow. Where is there no shadow? No, that was obviously a bit of an upset. It's very nice for Eric though, because I do like Eric. I feel like he's a creative Zerg that is very good, but still has a very distinctive playstyle. Just does things his own way, and it's so nice to see him finally get rewarded, but it's also very sad for Diego, because just based off pure raw skill of MMR, Kelazhur is normally at a higher level than Eric is.
Yeah, and I know whenever we talk about Eric, we always bring up that one game against Time where he went absolutely super sane. But yeah, Kelazhur, he's been pretty damn on point. That first game there against Nano, again, super damn on point. We do know he can play very clean. Can be a little bit crazy too. We've known him to be a very, very aggressive player.
Then there is no shield battery this time. There is an Adept being chrono boosted out, but one probe super low on HP. Probe goes down. And this is where Reapers will be. Reapers, actually, it might go down now, right? Because the Adept is real fast.
Oh, wow.
From downtown. Literally down the ramp. Well done.
Yeah, like Kelazhur did get the scout off here, but That's actually a trade you take any day of the week. Killing the Reaper for just one probe. Totally fine start for Nano. And now that Adept can actually cross the map and get its real scouting job done, which is always such a relief for a Protoss player.
It's a robo opening after the Twilight. Are we going to see a super quick Dark Shrine because the Reaper has been killed? It kind of feels like it, because I look at that probe in the main, and that's a Dark Shrine probe if I've ever seen one. So it is going to drop it. I don't hate it. You may as well try. Make sure you can keep the Hellion at bay. He spots the Hellion now. I think with this shade of the Adept, there should have been enough vision on that shade. The Adept goes out. It's really important to keep this Hellion outside of your main base, though, man. We do have a little bit of a wall off, but at this point, that Hellion could still just drive in there.
Yeah. You're not thinking about that Hellion at this point in time. Although, did he see it coming out the base with the Adept?
I thought he did. I really thought he did, but maybe he didn't, because now this Hellion is going to make its way into the main, and that's a lovely scout for Kelazhur. He can now drop the eBay bay. Start dropping some turrets if he feels like he needs to. Oh, the Hellion is actually going to get the double kill as well in the main. Well done.
Yeah, certainly. And, even though the Dark Shrine got scouted, doesn't mean it's the end of the game or the end of the world. But given that the only thing that is going in Nano's favor right now is the fact that he got that Reaper kill early on, it's always one of those problematic things. And Kelazhur knows what he's up against for sure, so he should be able to react properly, even seeing where the Warp Prism's going as well.
This Dark Shrine really had a lot of potential if it didn't get scouted that early. Because, this is 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and there's already Dark Templar being wiped in on the other side of the map. The Widowmine drop obviously doesn't do that much against DTs. It can deal damage, but DTs can deal normally more damage than Widowmines do. So it's a real shame it got scouted so critically. Now there are turrets on the way. I like the follow-up, though. This is kind of cool. DTs with Blink and Zealots with Charge. Oh my goodness, Widowmine from the high ground gets 5 kills or so.
For a second there, I was like, what's he doing planting that mine up there? But, man, he knows better than I do. That Widow mine was very far range. And, Kevin, you're seeing what I'm seeing in the production tab, yeah?
Yeah, Dark Shrine with Blink and Zealot with Charge.
That is a wild build. A wild build. This has actually caught me off guard several times, actually. And, every time I lose to it, I'm like, I'll never lose to that again. Then next week, boom, gets me again. I'm like, God damn it.
Nightmare was the first player who really showed this at a high level in the GSL game a long time ago. Now I mostly look at it and I'm like, hey, that's Coco's build. Coco does this every day. It's her default opening against pretty much every Terran out there. There's no Void Ray on it.
I tuned into Coco's stream a couple of times and I just saw people talking about this flower thing. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
What do you mean? The flower is a real thing. All right.
I didn't know what they're on about. I also tuned into Mechanic's stream a long time ago. He had this 9DT or 9DT build, and I was like, Protoss players, I'll never understand you guys.
Well, Nano is still hanging in there with 47 probes, Charge finishing up, and Blink finishing up for the Dark Templars. Kelazhur might be a little bit confused about what the hell is actually happening. He's like, I killed probes. I know you have a Dark Shrine. Are you gonna attack me? Because he's just kind of chilling up his ramp. If he moves out with a bio army that's not very big, there is a chance that you get swarmed by Zealots and DTs just blink on top of your Marines and they slice everything up. But I don't think Kelazhur is gonna do anything too wild here.
No. Also, looking at that main base of Kelazhur, he's kind of made a wall, which is kind of cool, actually. I guess anticipating that there could be some shenanigans going on in the main base, possibly. Kind of cool. I haven't seen Terrans do that before.
You mean the 2 depots next to the factory and the command center?
Yeah. So this big wall he's made with the CC, the depot, the factory, the starports, he's made this line where he can kind of group all his bio together behind it. It does make it a bit trickier to attack.
Yeah, okay. I was like, which one? But yeah, that makes sense. We do have a couple of Marines now getting on top of these probes, and Nano's a little bit out of position. It's obviously very hard to deal with this kind of stuff. That pylon is going to get picked off too before the warp in finishes up. Zealots with Charge will get on top of it. What's killing SCVs? There is a Dark Templar in the main. A single DT actually slicing up 8 workers, and is going to try to get out of there. Oh yeah, of course. I was like, how did it even get there? But it blinked.
That kind of gives it away a little bit, though, what his plan
that is. True.
But, no, you're right. It is cool damage to be getting done. The thing is, Kelazhur's playing this... I think he's playing this really good, man, because if there's one weakness of Blink DT, A, costs a lot of gas. And usually if you go for that kind of stuff, it does mean there was some delay of something else. And if his plan was... Oh, okay, that was ballsy.
You know what kind of pains me is that there is so much energy on the nexus of Nano. Like, he has a ridiculous amount of chrono boost. So it just feels that wherever he is right now, he could have been there a whole lot quicker. Because chrono boost is really a very powerful utility of Protoss. He want to use it, and he just hasn't really been using it at all. He's now going to mass chrono boost all of his gateways in the main base. But yeah, he's also being dropped in the main. There's a run by happening in the third. And Nano says, to hell with it, I really can't be bothered. So he's sending everything to the other side of the map, and he's going to try to blink atop his arm, but there are so many Wither Mines, man.
I was just thinking, where are the DTs? The DTs do show up pretty late here. Does blink on, but doesn't get that wraparound with the DTs. And I think, yeah, I was about to say, that is the beginning of the end here. Nice try by Nano. But yeah, Kelazhur, he was just super solid, man.
I'm going to double check to see if that Adept Shade in the beginning of the